They are already coming for Elon Musk. I remember we did a lot of segments on Elon and his purchasing power, and the fact that, well, the prediction was that all of the left-wing apparatus are going to immediately come for him and try and smear him endlessly. And I thought we'd start off with just some memes because I enjoy them. So we'll start off with this one, of course, being Elon making the point, the elites don't want you to know this, but Twitter is a public company. You can buy it. I have 700,000 shares.
No, 799 million shares. Yeah.
You have 1 billion shares. Why not? If you own the whole thing, just keep doubling it until you want it. So anyway, we'll move forward because he's also just having fun, as you can see with Cat Turd. That's a real account. I've seen it before. I wasn't too familiar.
Yeah, it's a pro-Republican parody or meme account, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, so Cat Turd here says, Twitter is back to shadow banning and removing followers of conservative accounts, in case you're wondering, Elon. And Elon responds, saw you trending as Twitter CEO. So, cool. If we keep going, we can see Cat Turd seems to be a very good boy as well. Reporting here, a lady who's out protesting about abortion, saying, I wish my mum had aborted me. Same here. Let's go to the next one, so we can also see some good memes about Cat Turd. I thought we'd enjoy. Let's play this one. Just
makes you think you could decide to put a cat
in charge of Twitter. I shall answer that, sir, if I may. Master Elon purchased the remaining shares of Twitter this morning, and he would rather have a cat running things than a nest of bloody snakes.
Didn't you get the memo?
Part of me actually thinks Elon might do that.
That would be good.
He might actually make a position and just put like a horse in charge, like Rome. Let's just say,
what, like Caligula?
Yeah, here's my new chief executive officer. Like, there you are. There's the new head of diversity, and it's a beaver. just to have fun. And we can see some of this in the fact that he's continued his crusade of, I suppose he's taken his mask off a little bit more and just been like, hey, yeah, the left are terrible.
Yes.
And here's a tweet from him saying that. The far left hates everyone, themselves included.
I mean, literally, the girl by like, I wish my mum had aborted me.
Yeah.
How much more self-hatred can you get? That's just so awful. That's just so unbelievably awful that your child...
I'm left-wing and worthless. We know.
What a failure as a parent you are if your child has actually got to that point.
Yeah. But he also couches this with a statement there saying, but I'm no fan of the far right either. Let's have less hate and more love, which... This is why I'm a little bit, I don't know.
He has to say that, because everyone's like, oh, you're a fascist then.
But will the attacks have an impact? And we can see some of the attacks coming in. Because if we go to the next one here, we can have the fact that the British Parliament is inviting him to come and be grilled. And I imagine,
why would he do that?
Why on earth would he indeed? It's just no point. So Julian Knight, the chairman of the Digital Culture and Media and Sport Committee, has invited the billionaire boss to London to be grilled over his takeover. MPs want to interrogate him over his plans for the site, including how he proposed to balance free speech with protecting users from online harms. Mr. Knight said the committee was keen to learn more about how Mr. Musk will balance his commitments with the new obligations to protect Twitter users from online harm. This because Britain is run like a nanny state half the time.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. It's just like, but don't you know the Twitter users are having
I
harm?
hope he just tweets out, I'm not, go away. And if you don't like it, ban Twitter.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, banning Twitter would be a net good for our country, so do it.
And also fix the MPs.
Yeah.
He also says appearing before the committee will give Mr. Musk the ideal opportunity to set out his proposals for Twitter in more depth, and we would look forward to welcoming him. As if he needs a platform. I literally brought a platform for 35 billion or whatever it is.
44.
But do you want to go before the Parliament and give a platform that you're worth
Do you want
nothing?
to be grilled by a bunch of Labour MPs in Parliament, Elon?
Yeah.
I mean, only if you didn't take it seriously, I suppose.
Although he does have some proposals, as they say, the committee has noted your proposed acquisition of Twitter, and we are interested in the developments you propose. In particular, your intention to roll out verification for all users echoes our calls on the UK government as part of proposed legislation, which we'll hope will restore the UK's public trust in digital platforms. This is completely different places. Elon's doing it because it's like, the verified club shouldn't be a club.
Yeah.
It should just be a verified badge because you are who you say you are. Whereas the UK government wants it to be instead that they can control every aspect of your online life. And if you dare leak anything that makes government look bad, they want to know. But if we keep going, we can also see the attacks coming in all of a sudden, as Elon notes here. A bunch of brands came together.
Who controls the media, Elon?
A bunch of nobodies came together and insisted that he implement essentially hate speech policies and continue to run Twitter as a left-wing echo chamber.
Or what?
And
you're not going to use Twitter? You're the one who's addicted to it.
This is all he's got to do. All he's got to do is go, no.
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do. That's why I'm hoping he keeps strong. And you can see here, he decides to respond with, who funds these organizations that they want to control your access to information? Let's investigate. Well, if we move to the next one, we can see Disco Steve He telling us it's George Soros, Clinton Obama staffers, and the European Union governments are behind the anti-Musk campaign.
The mysterious they that Tucker Carlson keeps referring to.
I love that. Did you see our segment on that?
Yes, I did watch your segment. It's very good.
There's that bit where they load up all the like
They
pictures.
keep saying they.
Who's
and
they?
These people are they. It's like, yes, those people.
Here's the 50 people, their names, their
Yeah.
addresses. Okay, New York Times. So here's more of the they, as you can see, Clinton, Obama staffers, and George Soros, and the European Union governments, because of course
they are.
Of course they're behind trying to shut down Elon Musk. Moving forward, you can see the Daily Mail reporting on this, which is the fact that a group of 26 activist organizations and non-governmental organizations signed a letter to companies who advertise on Twitter, warning them to reconsider if Elon makes changes. So they're very...
Warning them to reconsider. So it's a threat.
So Coca-Cola wants to sell sugar water, so makes advert on Twitter. And then random nobody front groups turn up and say, you better stop.
Well, they're not.
This is
They're
a-
not nobodies. They're the elites.
I know, but it's a front group. That's the thing. It's not a direct. It's just, this is a warning from me, who's a happily nobody. But who's behind me? Yeah, you do. You know, it is the elites instead as well. The letter writes that Musk will further toxify our information ecosphere. Good, and be a direct threat to public safety. He's out on the streets stalking women.
How is Twitter anything to do with public safety?
Means nothing whatsoever.
Oh no, I was cyberbullied on the Twitter.
I was called an S word. Musk replied, wanting to know who was behind the 26 groups, saying that sunlight is the best disinfectant.
That's very true.
Love it. I love that it's all the right little phrases that you can see where he's coming from. The answer being an assortment of dark money groups like George Soros's Open Society Foundation, non-governmental organizations founded by
look at-
Clinton and Obama. Sorry.
Just sorry, go down a bit on that. Black Lives Matter Global Foundation, Center for Countering Digital Hate, GLAD. Oh, look at this. Just
Yeah.
come on.
The rest of them being funded by wealthy Democrat donors and their family foundations, labor unions, and the governments of the European Union. Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter will further toxify our ecosystem, and it will also bring a threat to public safety, especially among those who are most vulnerable and marginalized.
Media Matters for America at number 15 there.
They also warned that advertising on Twitter would see their company risks association with a platform amplifying hate, extremism, and health misinformation and conspiracy theorists.
On the plus side, though, the platform's doubtless going to grow and you'll make more money.
Yeah, but that's
Choose wisely.
That's the thing, though. You can obviously see this is the power dynamics behind the smoke and mirrors that is these front organizations.
Yeah.
What are these names? Delete them. Just write cathedral. That's
Yeah.
all they are. And as you can see, they have gone directly to the people spending money on advertisements and said, this is a threat. This is a polite warning. Stop or else. And, well, what's the or else? It's not that they're going to take Twitter down, but they're going to go after the people who continue to
I wonder
fund
if
it.
Elon's going to take My Pillow adverts instead.
He should. He should also unban the guy because
Yeah, I
that's
mean-
code POSO for mypillow.com. We're not funded. I don't get a share of that. It's a POSO code, but I just think it's funny. So, have you seen how POSO just endlessly posts, like, occasionally he'll just write the word pillow?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's his advertising done for the day. So, they say your ad dollars can either fund Musk's vanity project, as if it's a vanity project, or hold him to account. We would call on you to demand Musk uphold these basic standards of community trust and safety, and to pull your advertising spending from Twitter if they are not.
So Elon Musk has to make sure that Twitter is a left-wing propaganda outlet, or else we will bully you into pulling out your advertising.
They can't bully him directly, so they've started bullying all the advertisers
Yeah.
to try and hurt him that way. This
Well,
is
this
what I
is-
mean. Like,
This is what they did with GB News.
but it's the same tactic. But
Yeah.
this is what I mean by I'm a little bit worried. Like, I'm not saying he's secretly a commie. Of course not.
No,
come
of course
on.
not.
But the worry is that the pressure might get to him over time because they've got a lot of tools.
Oh
As you
yeah,
can see.
it's a huge, like as you say, cathedral of activists.
And front organizations, as you mentioned that list there. I mean, some of them I'm just going to read. So, Black Lives Matter Foundation organization, the Center for Countering Digital Hate, the Gender Equity Policy Institute,
Just communist organizations, right? got
Stop
it.
Online Violence Against Women Inc. That's the funniest one. Like, Conservative Inc. Like, it's a joke that
Yeah.
you're just conservative for the money. Stop Violence Against Women Inc.
What I love about this is like online violence that doesn't exist. Carry on.
It's not a thing. Doesn't make any sense. It's just we're a global project against hate and extremism. It's good that you're against hate. I thought you were for hate.
Yeah.
The global project for hate.
You oppose us, you must be pro-hate.
And if you go to the next link, we can see, I'll do a shill here for a book club I did with you, which is about active measures, as you can see here, Thomas Ridds. And the reason I'm mentioning this is it is very poignant to this, because all of those are front organizations, as you can see, for the cathedral in its, given people. the mysterious they who we can all name, such as George Soros and Hillary Clinton and Obama. And if we get to the next one, we can see an example of this. This is the Generals for Peace, which the Stasi set up as as a front organization for peace, of course. And this is just one of a myriad of ridiculously stupid front organizations for the Soviet Union that were taking place at the time. And it's exactly the same tactics, which is just that, here's our front organizations who are against hate.
Yeah.
We're just for peace. And the funny thing was, back in the day, the Generals for Peace weren't given the time of day.
Why would they be?
Everyone in NATO was just like, well, that's obviously Soviet propaganda.
Yeah.
Not engaging in that.
Whereas this Democrat, alliance, obviously Soviet propaganda, and everyone's like, ooh.
Like these socialist front organizations, and people are like, well, we better take them seriously. No, we shouldn't. If we go back to the list, we can see in here as well, they say, they will give us some examples, and I thought we'd just go through them, just take a look at the kind of people who are directly attacking Elon. Accountable Tech is a Washington, D.C.-based group led by Nicole Gill, a political campaigner and founder of the 2017 Tax March. And Jesse Lirich, a former foreign policy spokesman for Hillary Clinton's campaign and nephew of David Axelrod, former senior advisor to Barack Obama. Again, completely...
God, defund Washington, man.
Yeah, the Washington economy. That's a great term. I mean, as you can see, these people just sit around in cash. They say social media giants are eroding our consensus reality.
What?
And pushing democracy to the brink on their website.
I mean, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elon taking over Twitter and purging it of the extreme leftists, so it is a free place for everyone to speak instead of being tightly controlled.
Our left-wing consensus reality is being eroded if Elon Musk takes a part of that away. I mean, yeah, but we didn't think you just say it.
Like, Chad, yes, thank you for saying it. That's it. I mean, this is why I want to go over their direct words here. They say Accountability Tech is fighting back to keep their consensus reality, to keep the propaganda clown world going. Mm-hmm. That's the whole reason for existing. Founded in May 2020, the group is a 501c4, which means it does not have to disclose its donor list and does not have to say on its website who funds it.
Very interesting.
Very handy, isn't it? Lots of dark money there. Media Matters for America, David Brock, founder and chairman there. Tim Pool has, I believe, said he was there for the founding of this, and they just openly said we're going to be a propaganda outlet for the Dems. So.
Well, I mean, that's all they do. So even if they didn't say that, you wouldn't be able to infer anything else from it.
Yeah, not going to spend too much time
all
on
they
this
do.
one, but it's literally like they said it at the founding of the organization.
Described by Politico as the Democrats' attack dog. I mean, that's a generous way of describing it.
Yeah, Media Matter is funded by a coalition of donors, including the National Education Association, America's largest union, representing teachers and other school staff. Fantastic, so the groomers in chief. Yep. And several Jewish groups, such as the Combined Jewish Philanthropies of Greater Boston and the Community Foundation of the United Jewish Federation of San Diego. Don't know what that's all about, but I imagine Ben Shapiro has some things to say about that. There's also Ultraviolet. I just slip of the tongue there. I'm sure they would never endorse violence. Ultraviolet is a powerful and rapidly growing community of people mobilized to fight sexism and create a more inclusive world that would accurately represent all women, from politics and government to media and pop culture. What's the point in that? Just as a written statement. Like, could you get any more of a front organization?
Don't know, but I'm just naturally in opposition to this.
We want more women in pop culture. What?
Yeah, if only women could go into pop culture.
Like, I know they've been kept out. I know WAP was never made, and the world's been far worse off.
WAP was the entry of women into pop culture.
There's your achievement, Ultraviolet. So the group is also backed by several unions, of course they are, among the American Federation of Labor, Congress of Industrial Organizations, and the American Federation of Teachers. Musk is famously anti-union and has been excluded from the White House electronic vehicle manufacturing events due to the fact that Tesla's workforce is not unionized. Based. Ultraviolet, backed by numerous family foundations also, including that founded by Warren Buffett's son, Peter, Novo Foundation. So Novo describe themselves as helping marginalized and oppressed groups in society.
The good thing about this is it literally is the elites declaring their colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is...
Name by name.
Yeah, rank by rank. These are all of the people that are the problem.
This is just their generals for peace. There are 26 organizations here, just open front Stasi groups.
It's
doing
magnificent,
it on behalf
actually.
Of them. But of course, it's all public because we live in a,
Yeah, but normally it's difficult to draw this information together and say, look, these are provably working together for a particular political end. And Elon Musk, again, has done many favors for us in this culture war, I suppose. But this is one of the best ones, so we can know exactly who's arranged in what way. Exactly.
And you notice how he's not part of it either. Him and Bill Gates really don't get along because of the fact that Bill Gates is still shorting Tesla. And Elon Musk was like, bye then, go to hell, fatso. So, there's also Fair Vote UK. This is a weird one. They declare all donations over £500, because you have to in the UK, and only confirm 5 such donations on their site. Right, so a completely pointless front organisation, again.
Yeah.
Centre for Countering Digital Hate, led by a former...
Sorry, that's such a token donation. It's like, we want to be part of the cool club, but we're only going to give you, $2,500.
Yeah, but also, again, just obviously just a front, like not really doing anything. So there's also got the Centre for Digital Hate, led by the former advisors.
I think it's the Centre for Countering Digital Hate.
I'm not going to say that.
Centre for Digital Hate, I think it's called 4chan.
Well, it's led by a former Labour Party advisor, Imran Ahmed.
Of course.
So I think his views on hate about the Jews and Islam's views on the Jews, that's why I think maybe he might be the digital centre of hate. We'll find out. He may get along with 4chan quite well. Although they say they're best known for working with Rachel Riley to remove controversial far-right commentators like Katie Hopkins, David Icke from Facebook and YouTube.
What did David Icke do?
Lizard people.
Well, yeah, that's my point. It's like, what, is he racist against the lizard people?
Well, he exposed them, didn't he?
I mean, like, I enjoy lots of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's just...
And I don't enjoy David Icke because David Icke's conspiracy theories are so divorced from reality. I'm just like, I can't pretend to believe that.
It's simple.
Right?
Like,
yeah, exactly. But like, and so to say that, oh, David Icke's the problem. No, he's really not. He's the caricature.
No, but also the fact that they are bragging that they are professional censors of dissidents as well. There's also Access Now, which is just European Union government's front organisation here, where they're all funding it here. They also say their largest donor, according to their last report, is the Swedish government's development agency, SIDA, followed by the Soros Open Society Foundation.
Of course.
The other governments funding it is Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands as well. Apparently also the Canadians, out of nowhere, decided they'd do
all wanted to interfere with a private American company.
Yeah, sure, all of a sudden. I mean, again, it's good that we know now.
Yeah.
Like, we can directly point. Again, it is beautiful that you just have all the names. We also have Elon's response to this, which is, well, come on then. Bring it on. Let's go to the next link here, so you can see him responding. Hey, George Soros, please slide into my DMs here. Just go for it. Let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation about where else your money is. Find out. We also go to the next one, which is the old tweet that a lot of people brought up. Elon saying, who do you think owns the press? Hello.
Well, I mean, Jeff Bezos.
Exactly. Directly there as well.
Yeah.
If we continue as well, we can also see him getting attacked by the media.
Oh, Mehdi Hassan.
It's not just all the front organizations. You also have the open organizations here for the establishment.
The Islamo-leftist on MSNBC.
Yeah, he went with Elon Musk's not-so-bright billionaire, casually brought one of the world's most influential messaging machines and just handed it to the far right.
Oh, God.
Far right being Mehdi here. Yeah. That's the thing. Because for American viewers who may not know, I don't know how he has a show in America over here. He was a journalist, and then he became an international joke in the UK because there was tape released of him calling all non-believers cows and animals. Including the Jews, of course, as well.
Well, that's the thing. When I say Islamo-leftist, I'm not using that
100%.
flippantly. Yeah,
No.
He's literally he is radical far left as a cover for deeply held conservative Islamic beliefs.
Absolutely. If we go to the next one, there's also the very famous interaction he had with Richard Dawkins, where he said he believed in a winged horse that flew Muhammad to heaven.
Yeah.
He thought that was genuinely real, said he openly believed it.
Dawkins was shocked that because he was like, are you saying you believe that Muhammad flew up to heaven on a winged horse? And he's like, yeah.
Well, he even says, I give you the courtesy of thinking that you don't. He goes, no, I believe that. What? Like, we're in front. We're on camera, mate. And if we go to the next one, we have, in case people don't know about the winged horse, there's an Islamic sculpture
it's
of
got a
it.
human face.
Yeah, it's a centaur for people listening, except it has ducks for feet and a weird, like, I don't know, Indian T-boy face with a turban on and 4 wings, which you can look up for other artists' interpretations of the rulers comical, frankly. And Mehdi honestly believes that's real. It's not a joke.
And the Muhammad flew to heaven on it.
Yeah, I love how in American society, though, people will laugh. Someone will say, oh, I genuinely believe that Noah built an ark and, all the animals 10,000 years ago or whatever. And people just laugh because, whatever. But to say that you believe in duck shoe winged horseman...
Let's give him the credit. A guy builds a big boat and brings lots of animals onto it because there's a flood. That's way more plausible than this.
Also, I think the ark's meant to be based on like the river in Iraq getting flooded.
Probably, yeah.
It's meant to be an exaggeration of that story.
Or flooding of the Black Sea or something.
Yeah, but it's just whereas duck shoe horseman, being real and flying around.
I just feel
Yeah.
bad for Mehdi Hassan that on stage he had to publicly commit to this. It's like, well, yeah, I do believe that. It's like, do you?
Jesus Christ.
In your heart of hearts.
Let's go to the next one because we can also see Elon's response to this, which is, Mehdi Hassan, the same organization that covered up Hunter Biden's laptop story, had Harvey Weinstein's story early but killed it, and built Matt Lauria his rape office. Lovely people. That's a hell of a put down.
Just Elon Musk is coming up with the big guns.
Yeah, not even going to hold bars.
Yeah.
So if we go to the next one as well, we have some other bad news for NBC. As NBC calls Elon Musk a danger, their news director was busted trying to meet a child for sex.
What a surprise.
Literally the day after as well. I am shook. And if we go-
Bear this story in mind, it'll be important for the next segment.
Yeah, and we'll go for the last link here, which just to mention, as Razorfist beautifully did here, George Soros funding everything as a meme. Neat. Who paid you to say that? George Soros. Nobody. Yeah, every goddamn time we're looking to who's behind the cathedral, we can name them, and his name pops up all the time, but so do the Clintons.
Well, that's because the Open Society Foundation funds everything.
Yeah, but so do the Clintons, so do the Obamas, so does Bill Gates. Like, every single
Yeah.
time, these people just throw around their money funding leftist organizations instead of spending it on good memes, like Elon here.
I mean, you could start funding right-wing organizations, Elon, just saying.
Nothing's stopping you. Otherwise, that is the news, and it's good to see him having fun, but I hope the pressure doesn't get to him. And I guess we'll see.
He seems to be enjoying himself, though. He seems to be like Trump, like enjoys the fight. So,
George, DM me. That's for chat.
Yeah, I know. And you've got to have that kind of spirit for this game, I'm afraid.
If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the History series, this one Carl and Bo do, this on the endpoint here of the Life of Napoleon and the 100 Days. And if you want to follow what else we're putting out, you can follow us on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.